fourth grade, I want to review with you a few of the different types of problems that you will find on your Fluency Practice quiz on text 222. There are not actually any fractions on this page, but there are multiples. So I want to make sure that you remember multiples. So remember, multiples are all of the answers to multiplication problems for a certain number. So if I write out the multiples of 4, that would be 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. And then if I want to also write the multiples of 6, 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay, and I can see that a common multiple of 4 and 6 would be 12. Remember, common means it's on both lists. Now let's also put 8 here and do some multiples of 8. 8, 16, 24. And these are not all of the multiples of 4, 6, or 8. They're just some of them. And I can see that a common multiple of 4, 6, and 8, well, it's not, I need to keep going. I can see I have 24 and 6 and 8, but I need to keep going on my 4s. 20, and then there's 24. So 24 is a common multiple of 4, 6, and 8. Let's do multiples now for 3 and 4. And let's find the first 3 common multiples. So I'm going to write out 5 multiples of each. So there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, and on 4, be 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Okay, and if I look, I can see that 12 is a common multiple. I have 12 on both lists. But I want to find the first 3. So the first one is 12. So let's keep going so that we can get 2 more common multiples. So on 3s, I'm going to go to 18, 21, 24. And on 4s, my next one is 24. So there we go. There's another common multiple. It's 24. Okay, let's find one more on the 3s and 4s. It's common. So it would be 27, and then 30, and then 33, and then 36. If I keep going with 4s, it's 28, 32, and 36. So there we go, is another common multiple. 12, 24, and 36 are the first 3 common multiples of 3 and 4. Now, on this page, you will also have factors that you have to find your factors. And you will be able to use your factor sheet right here in order to do the questions about factors. I will put an extra one with the email so that you'll have one in case you can't find it. So it's going to ask you to name all the factors. I think it asks you to name all the factors of 16. So all you'll have to do is look and write down the numbers there for 16. It also asks you to find the factor pairs. It asks you to find them for 18. So we're going to do 24 instead. I'm not going to do the exact question that's on your quiz. So if I needed to find all the factor pairs for 24, I'd look on here and see that my factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. That's my list of factors. But it asks me to find the factor pairs, and a pair is 2. So I have to put them together, 2 factors together. So 1 and 24 is one factor pair, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Those are my factor pairs of 24. You are also asked on this quiz to estimate the sum by rounding to the nearest hundred and the nearest thousand. So I'm going to take this problem here, 6,398 plus 7,564. And I'm going to estimate the sum by rounding to the nearest hundred. So underline your hundreds place in both numbers. Okay, so I have a 3 here. So I have to look at my tens place and see that it's a 9. That 9 tells me that my hundreds is going to go up to the next 100, 4. So it would be 6,400. And here I have a 6 next to my hundreds place, and that tells me that I'm going to go up to the next 100, so 7,600. So if I'm estimating the sum, I have to add 6,400 plus 7,600. So if I add that, I get 14,000. Now let's take those same numbers, and this time, let's estimate to the nearest 1,000. So 6,398 plus 7,564. But this time, I'm going to estimate to the nearest 1,000. So the 3 in the hundreds place tells me that I will round 6,398 to 6,000. Remember, the magic number in rounding is 5. Okay, and here I do have a 5, which is the magic number. That tells me to go up. So I'm going to go up to the next 1,000, which would be 8,000. And when I add this, I get 14,000 again. So this addition problem, rounded to the nearest 1,000, is 14,000, and rounded to the nearest 100 is also 14,000. I believe there's also a problem on there where you have to estimate the difference by rounding to the nearest 1,000. You do the same thing, just subtract instead of add. So make sure that you use your factor chart to answer the questions about factors. Make sure you list out your multiples to find your multiples, and only estimate if it says estimate the difference. Otherwise, just do the real problem, like if it says find the difference or find the sum.